Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Christine Stewart, and I'm a clairvoyant medium, and I do connect quite often with spirit. I want to start by saying hello to everybody and just hope that you enjoy our evening. Now, if anybody has any people who they want to connect to, just send out your thoughts out now. Can I say now that I've got a gentleman with me? Oh, all right then. It's my first time. It's my first time. Okay. Okay. Oh, hello. Yeah, I can. Yes. Hello, Casey. Hello, Melissa. Good evening, Mandy. Oh, good evening, Heidi. Hi up, Buttercup. Hope everyone is well. We're fine, thank you. Hi, Michaela. Good evening, Terry again. Hope you have a good evening. Hello, Amanda. And Christine. Hello again, Heidi. Oh, popcorn ready. I like popcorn. I like it with lots of sweetness in it. Hello, Michelle. Good evening, Angela. Nana Moore. Are you a new mummy? A new Nana? Hello, Billy Joe Watt from Scotland. I love Scotland. Hello, Kavida Naedo. Good evening, Christy. Good evening, Robert. Good evening, Joe. Good evening, Tanya. Oh, I like your fish. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Kim. Hello, Britt. I'm fine, thank you. Oh, another one from Ayrshire. I've been to Ayrshire. I fell in the shower there. Hello, Suzanne. Hi, Jennifer. Hello, Anne. Oh, from Grimsby. Hi, Kerry. No. Okay. Good evening, Dominique. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Siobhan. Okay. So hello, Tina, and I'm going to start now. So everyone listen, please, because I've got a gentleman with me. He comes in aged about 79. He passed over with chest problems. He said he was in the Air Force and loved it, and he loved his planes. I feel he flew them or he worked on them. He gives me the name of William and the nickname of Willie. He also gives me the name of Sarah and also Jane. And he's singing We'll Meet Again. And he said he met Vera Lynn, and this person should know about this one. He's about, I'd say about 5'9" in height, very slim in the body. He's got lovely blue eyes, and I felt he loved his family. Can anybody accept this man, please? Nothing yet. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. There's also, I'm seeing a lady with him. The lady is smaller than him, a bit more rounded than him, and I feel she passed over with a heart condition. She gives me the name of Jenny or Jennifer, and I don't know whether that was her name or it was someone that was around him. I do also feel as though this person who can accept this man would accept him as a grandfather, because he comes though he was in the wartime. There's also a sense of, on this earth plane at this moment, the person who can accept this has been suffering with a bit with depression, because the depression comes quite strongly. I do also feel as well that there's the name of Peter and also the name of Ruth comes in as well. If nobody's accepting this person, let's see if he'll give me any more. No. He's saying here that there's something about, on the earth plane, somebody that used to ride motorbikes, and the motorbikes would be a Harley Davidson. I'm also seeing a Jim or Jimmy, and I'm also seeing someone that used to write. So either wrote a book or wrote just generally. There's also a feeling of being scared. So I don't know whether there's been a situation around where someone has had, should I say, a cancer scare. And I'm feeling around the breast area. I also feel as well that there's the name of Joyce connected somewhere. Does anybody not accept this gentleman, please? Oh, I'm going to have to ask him to step back then. Oh, right. Ah. Well, all I can say with this then, the person who this belongs to, the gentleman is telling me, there we go, my granddad passed with a heart issue, but was 87. Well, but you see, when I look at the 79, it could have been he you know, anything. The way I'm looking at him, he looked 79, so he didn't look his age. Here you go. See, yeah, I know. Okay, can I work with you then, Sarah? So let's see where. Right, so Kim, you listen as well. But Sarah, are you suffering with depression at this moment, or is someone around you suffering with depression? Kim, is somebody around you suffering with depression? That's the delay again, isn't it? All right. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right, Sarah, as I look at this, you said your dad's cousin is an author, but you don't know about the motorbike. But could you ask about that then, please? Because I feel as though the motorbike was, there. I do feel as though we just need to give that person a little bit of me time. And you suffer with that? Yes, the depression is around you. I knew I was with you, Sarah, because the way the gentleman's just stood and he's just clapped his hands. You would remember this gentleman of being in a garden and enjoying the scenery. I also feel as though you just need a bit of healing and a bit of help around you at this moment in time. I also feel with you also that you have taken a lot on your back just recently, and that is what's given the depression. I also feel about job around you. So maybe your job or somebody's job has either lost a job or is not happy in a job. Then we need to start to sort our life out again. I feel the child in the spirit world, the child that belonged and was a boy child. I also feel as well that you have had to take a lot of things around you where you felt not altogether there, but you felt alone. But can I say, at the end of the day, you have got a lot to live up to, because maybe somebody in the family is quite clever. I'm not saying you're not clever. I'm just saying cleverer. Yes, the garden, it was beautiful. And yes, I know you need healing. And I want to say to you that the spirit world are coming quite close with you, and they're saying to you, trust in your own self, believe in yourself, and you will find you're better. And can I leave that with you, Sarah? Thank you for working with me. And now I have a lady coming in, a lady small with grey hair, curly, just back from the hairdressers, wearing a blue blouse. She's got small flowers and a brooch on her lapel, embroidery on the blouse, and I feel she passed over just after coming out of the hairdressers. So whether she sat in her chair and went to sleep, I don't know, but I do feel a grandma with this. She always dressed nice and tidy, and she used to love her cup of tea out of a china teacup. Good evening, Sharon Jute. I see the china tea set, and it's got ivy leaves on it. I'm seeing the plate, which is a square plate. She gives me Sheila and Connie and lived for her books. You are welcome, Sarah. She tells me that she had 3 children. I'm seeing 2 girls and a boy. I do feel as though she had quite a lot on her plate before she passed over. And I know as I look at her, she had a big smile on her face. She tells me that she absolutely loved her Mills and Boons, and she loved also her grandchildren. She's showing me also a load of flowers in her garden, and I'm seeing pansies. I feel the pansies were part of what she loved to start the year off. And she also liked the winter pansies. She showed me daffodils also. And the person who is accepting this would have given this lady daffodils. I don't know how you spell your name. Is it Ela? Ela Nicholas? Ellie Nicholas. Can you accept all of this? I know I've got this lady here and she's smiling. And I do feel as though she used to love cats as well, because I'm seeing a ginger cat with this lady. She's also showing me also in her garden, I am seeing a lilac bush or lilac tree, and I'm smelling the lilac with her. I've got the name of Lily, and I've also got the name also of John. There's also a sense of belonging. I know as I'm talking to this person, you must be able to accept all of what I'm saying. The blue blouse is important because I feel she embroidered the blouse herself, because I'm seeing little tiny flowers all around her. I'm also seeing as well the hair. The hair was important. She had to have it curled. I'm not saying she had a blue rinse. I know that she always used to dress lovely. Something else which is important, she would make her own hot cross buns, and she would also make gingerbread men with her children. She's showing me Michael. So Michael is in that. I know if you concepts that I'm not with you with Ella. I'm not with you, my darling. I'm ever so sorry. But you can still listen, but I know I'm not with you. I know as I'm looking at this, somebody must have the tea set, and it has ivy leaves on it. But the lady would not have a cup of tea unless it was in a china cup. She hated glass cups. Claire Alcott, can you accept everything I'm saying? Can you just, can you know, John? Then do you understand a Jack? A Jack is John. John is Jack. And it doesn't have to be on this earth, but or in the spirit world. It's somebody around you, a friend even. But the lady, you have to accept everything which I'm giving you, because the lady's saying to me, she's adamant about the blouse. She's also on about knitting and crocheting as well. And she loved to do things in her own time. But her garden was beautiful. Michael, she gave me Michael. She also gave me Sheila and Connie. And I also have a Gladys here as well. So she's trying to give me the information, and whoever this is for has to take it all. I'm sorry if you think I'm being picky, but I'm not, because the lady was very much adamant that she's looking for her daughter. I know as I look at this as well, I see her books, and the books are definitely Mills and Boons. And I'm seeing small, little, tiny, like comic books, but with pictures in, which were love stories, and she loved those as well. And also, you understand as well where there was a dog that was run over on the road. There's also a feeling of everything. Stacey, the square plate, it's not square, it's more rectangular, and it's like a flower, but the china tea set is with the tea plate. The plate is what the sandwiches go on, and that's what she's doing. But you see, you're not taking all of what I've said. Did you understand the blue blouse? Because the blue blouse is important. I know as I'm talking to you, this lady's come on and she's just given me a gentleman. The gentleman who comes forward, he is military again. I want to say army. He was quite tall. There's a Frank connected and also a Freddie. I know this gentleman as he comes forward was either her husband or her brother. And I know that everything that is being said here is from the lady. I know as I'm talking to you, she's getting quite agitated. So I felt she used to get agitated before she went to the spirit world. So maybe she was suffering a bit with a bit of dementia before she passed over. Because I'm feeling my head's in a whirl at this moment in time. I know as I want to connect with this person. Stace, I know your mum read Mills and Boons, but you can't take the rest of the message. You've only could take this China cup and saucer. Maybe I've got a double connection. I don't know. But if this is your mum, you should be able to understand everything I've said. I know if I'm talking to you, have you been going through the motions of somebody that has been causing problems in your life? And the problems would have been within a younger person and a male. I'm also seeing the dog with you. And she said she had a small Westie when she was on the earth plane. And you should know about that. So, Claire, you've taken most of this, but I'm still not sure because you haven't said anything about the blue blouse. And this is important. So if I'm with you, Claire, you should be able to take, as I've just said, trouble in the family, and whether or not it's to do with you or a male that's around you. But what I'm saying to you is always listen to what is in your mind, because I feel as though you are now ready to move forward. So how much of this can you take, Claire W? Can you take it all or just bits? We had the Westie. That's fine. But you see, I've seen a crochet hook, so I don't know whether it was knitting or crochet, but I'm seeing here the books, and the blue blouse was embroidered, and she did it herself. And the brooch, somebody would have had the brooch also with the flowers on. Can I speak to you, Stace, please? Let's see if we can sort this out. Okay, Stace, I'm going to talk to you. You understand where somebody is moving house or moving things around in the house? Because I feel as though there's something directed to you where you're not able to come to terms with. I'm seeing crystals all the way around you. So whether you work with crystals or you understand what crystals mean. I'm also seeing as well, there's a gentleman who had lots of time on their hands. I want to know exactly where the china cups and saucers are now. I know the brooches, but the little brooch had small flowers on. And I know the little pansies were the flowers that she had embroidered on her blouse. You are going through a difficult patch at the minute, Stace, and you just need a kick up the backside sometimes. Not because of anything you've done wrong, but it's because you're not seeing what's on the end of your nose. I'm going to say, take the love from this lady. Take all her love, because I do feel she is with you. And I don't know whether it's your mum or your grandma, but I know this lady loved you to bits, and she's just brought you some beautiful daffodils with her pansies. And can I say thank you for working with me? Thank you. Right, now I've got a young man with me, aged about 19. Hello, Polly. He passed on an accident. He passed at the scene. I'm seeing motorbikes. I'm given Paul, Ian, and Tommy. The man had blonde hair, and he always had it well cut. I feel Mum is still here. I also feel there was a baby girl belonging around this young man who had a cot death. I'm seeing the name of Emily Jane. I also feel with this young man, he didn't live his life to the full. So whether or not he was on the motorbike or a motorbike hit him, but I know somebody would understand this. I also feel as well a loss of life. The mother suffered. I know the name of Annie is important around this young man, and I also know that Peter is important around this young man. I know as I'm talking to this young man, he said that he didn't live his life to the full. He said he feels sad because he could have done so well in his life. I feel he had lots of dreams, and the dreams he had never come to fruition. Can anybody accept this young man, please? And the baby girl that was a cot death. I want the 17th of January. I also want the 27th of August. This is for either a passing or birthday. And I also want to say the name of Richard. So there's a Richard connected around this also. There's also a sense of belonging. So I know there's the family. It was a very close family. I know there was some arguments in the family, but I know at the end of the day, we've taken a lot on to heart and a lot on board. I have an Alsatian dog with me, black and brown with white on its ears. Loved his family he belonged to. He's saying here, the gentleman who walked her every day, she left a big hole in his family. The back end went, and she's given me Alan, Mavis, and Joanne. So I know all of this is connected to whoever it is. So if anybody can connect with this person, I'll be very, very pleased, because this man is nearly sitting on my knee. And I know he was about, I would say about 5'11". So he's quite a tall gentleman. And I know there's a brother and a sister. I also know as well that mum is still suffering. I've got no answers for this, have I, Richard? Oh, yeah, yeah, it would be. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. That's fine. And you can understand the Alsatian dog. Well, that's all right. I didn't even get a name for the dog. All I got was a gentleman who walked her every day. And oh, you wouldn't. So, but you can ask, can't you? Okay. So I'm going to say thank you for working with me, Richard. We've also got somebody else that wants to take it. And this is a nephew, Tony, died in an accident 20 years ago. Passed in August in his birthday in January. He had a blonde hair. He had a sister and 3 brothers. I don't know. Yeah. Trav, did you know about the baby girl who was a cot death, please? And also the Alsatian dog? Because everything here is making sense for you, then I feel as though maybe I am with you. Even though Richard can take some of it, often we get split links, and the split links can take it either way. But you said here that Tony was your nephew, and he passed 20 years ago, and that is right with the date, because what the young man is telling me. And as I'm looking at this, I feel that you took a lot on board. So yes, you have taken it all. So that is fine. So let's see what he says now then. Okay, as he comes forward for you, he said that you've been going through a bit of a struggle. Maybe it's to do with the COVID or to do with lockdown, but he said you've been struggling quite a lot. And he's saying that he comes around because there's a feeling of family upsets, and he wants to say that. So you're Chrissy, not Trev. So Chrissy, you understand the baby cot death. you understand the name of Emily Jane, and you also understand the dog. Do you understand the gentleman who used to walk the dog, please? You also understand someone that had meningitis, because he's just brought me a young man that had meningitis. He also says about farming connections going back into the family, and you've just been protested. I am with you, my darling. I am. He's just put a cold feeling down my back, so I know he's with you. You wouldn't have known him, would you? Or did you not know him? But he said he knows you. He said, are you on your spiritual pathway now? It's because you damn well need to. He said, you have had spirit around you all the time. And you also know when spirit's around you. He said, the healing rays are being sent to you. And he said, always remember, you are the stronger of the two, if that makes sense. He's also saying about London. You understand London, either going to London or being around London. You also understand, also, I want to say Charlie, because he's singing, Charlie is my darling, my darling. So I know either Charlie belongs or Charlie is someone that you knew. Your mum, is she still here? I'm just asking this because she said mum is still suffering, if that makes sense. You have been struggling. Yes, I know you've been feeling the spirits. He says he comes around you, and he said he will give you positive proof that's him at a later date. He's saying you need to take water with it. So I don't know what you're drinking, but you've got to dilute it a bit. You've also got to put your big girl knickers on and tell them how you feel. Yeah. Oh dear. I know. But often it's a split link, as I'm saying. So you can take some, or somebody else can take some, but that's what spiritualism is about. It's about taking from others. But as I'm seeing, it just said that mum's still struggling, and this is what he's saying. We have to send some healing to his mum. He's got two brothers. He's got two brothers that have been struggling as well, because he's just come up with that as well. Water. You've got to have water with it. So somebody's drinking too much, you have to have water with it. Dilute it. So, you can laugh. But what I'm showing, he's showing me a whiskey, and he's having it full, and he wants to top it up with water so it dilutes it a bit. That's what he's laughing at. He's on about taking water with it, and that's what he's saying. He's on about his brothers. He's saying his brothers are struggling as well. So has one of them just been diagnosed with COVID as well? Because drink the water, but we don't want you to drink too much. No, none of the hard stuff with it. You understand the name of Duncan, because that's just come out of the blue. Brandy, water, put some water in it. You're not to drink it neat, he's telling me. He says, if you can walk a straight line, then you're safe. And he's laughing. He used to enjoy his drink, he's telling me. And he used to enjoy his bitter. He used to drink bitter. Right. He's just sending some nice thoughts out to his brother. And he's also just said about his sister too. But there's also, I gave you the names of Alan, Mavis, and Joanne. So I need you to find out if there's a problem around those as well. As I'm looking at you as well, I want to say time to take things in hand, sort your life out, and start to bring people together, because you're the missing link. And I know at the end of the day, you will find you. Okay? And can I leave that with you now? And your brother is Alan. So again, if he's struggling, just send out a thought for him. Okay? So thank you for working me, Trav and Cor, or Chrissy. Okay, can we put her through, please? Liz, I know you can take all of this. You can take all the names too. So can I see if we can work with you as well? Because I've still got this gentleman here, and maybe he'll change to someone else. I don't know, but I know this gentleman I had first was with that gentleman. So let's see what else we get. You understand where the Alsatian come in, please? And it was a female Alsatian. The female used to go out with this gentleman who used to walk her every day. And she tells me that her back end went, but she said, sorry, okay. And you can take Duncan now. Okay, let's see what we can get for you then. Okay. I feel with you that you have had to take the rough with the smooth just recently. And it's like, as the Greeks say, you have to take the rough to take the smooth and to move yourself forward. You take quite a lot on board. You take other people's issues on board. And the saying here, because I've got a lady coming in for you. This lady is about 5'3" in height. She has a big smiley face. And as I look at this lady, I feel she passed over with a stroke condition. She brings you a lot of love, and she brings you hydrangeas. The hydrangeas are those big purple flowers turned to blue sometimes. But I felt as though she had a hydrangea bush in her garden. And I also feel as though this is your grandma or your great grandma as she comes forward. She says that you have had quite a lot on your plate, but you're getting back on track now. She's saying about the children, some children that are doing well. So you have got a lot to say, that you have helped so many children. She's saying here that about making pies, and I'm making gooseberry and rhubarb and peach pies. So I know she liked to make pies, and I feel as though you do as well. You love to cook, but sometimes it doesn't always come out as it looks in the recipe book, does it? This is what she said. She said your cooking doesn't come out the same as the recipe book, and she's just laughing at you and saying, guess what? I couldn't do them at all. She said, I had to learn from Mrs. Beaton. And is this your mum? If it's your mum, she's got a good sense of humour, because she's laughing like mad. She said, Lizzie, 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 you have to get a proper book to read to do your cakes and biscuits and pies. So I know she's just having a little laugh with you. She wants to say thank you for all you did for her. She said you was there, the godsend which she needed. She said she passed before her time, but she said it doesn't matter. I'm in the garden of plenty. She's just telling me she was, but she used Mrs. Beaton's cookbook. This is what she's laughing at. She said she learnt you had to have cold hands. And she's telling me once you got cold hands, she says often I used to put them in the freezer just for a minute before I made me pastry. There you go. That was a secret for you. She said, it doesn't matter. You don't have to cook. You can buy them in the shops now, cheap enough. And she's laughing. She's saying here about having lilies. I don't know whether the name of lily is important, or you understand where lilies were in a garden, because I'm seeing like tiger lilies, and I'm also seeing, you know, Alstromera, that's the lily as well. I'm just seeing those flowers. She's telling me you was with her when she passed, and she's telling me also that you held her hand and you allowed her to go, and she's very proud of you because you didn't want her to go, and the tears are still raw, she's telling me. She's on about Richard, the name of Richard, with you. So whether Richard is part of your family or someone that you knew, but also she's also said about Michael again. So there's a Michael close with you. She's saying here about somebody that went into a swimming pool. Yeah, that's the lilies I'm seeing, is the lilies. But you understand, somebody went in a swimming pool and nearly drowned, because I'm just seeing a swimming pool and the lifeguard. So if you don't understand that, then that's for my next link. But let's see. And you can take Richard, but do you understand somebody, somebody that either fell into a swimming pool and couldn't swim and had to be, what was it, cousin that fell into the swimming pool? Can you just say yes or no for that one? Because I don't know. I'm just seeing a swimming pool and somebody falling in, but I don't feel as though they passed. I just feel as though they were saved before they did. They went to the bottom and thought they weren't going to come out of it. What I'm saying to you now, my darling, is take a back seat, because I feel as though you've had so much going on in your mind and so much going on in your plate that you need to take it was you that nearly drowned. That's fine. So I'm still with you then. But I know as I'm talking to you now, you have to take a back seat on things that happened around and about you. Make sure that you take and have enough rest. Always make sure that you are happy in what you do, because Mummy's saying to me, I loved you to pieces and I still love you. She gives me the name of Margaret, and she's just given me also Elizabeth. Yes, you just said it was you that nearly drowned, and I'm just saying, that she's acknowledged that. Okay, just take the love what she's giving you, and she's just given me those lilies for you. She's saying the scent of the lilies is just amazing. Because I know when I have stargazed the lilies, they smell just beautiful. But she said, I love you. And I'm going to leave that with you. Okay? So thank you for working with me. Very nice to meet you, Liz. Okay. Is there anybody else about I can talk to? Right. Yeah, yeah, please. Please. Okay. I'd like that. Hello, Jenny. Thank you very much for that. Hello, Krish. That's lovely. Thank you. Nadia, thank you. I hope you're all enjoying my demonstration. Okay, Spirit of Love, can I come to you, please? Because I'm drawn to your cat. Okay, Amanda, I've just been told. Right, Amanda, I want to come to you with a lot of blessings from the spirit world. I have a lovely gentleman that comes forward for you. The gentleman was aged in between, I'd say between 60 and 70 before he passed over. He loved to be out and about. He loved his bike, and he's showing me his bike. He has lovely hands, but his hands were always dirty because he always was into something. He either mended or he was in his garden. He loved his garden, and he loved cats, he's telling me. He likes your cat. He said, pity it wasn't all black, because witches' familiars have black cats. And he's laughing. I'm not saying he's calling you a witch, but he's just saying about it. He tells me here that you've been through a difficult patch, but he said everything will right itself. You just have to believe in yourself a bit more. He gives me the name of Harry. He also gives me the name of Sylvie, and he just said about Amanda, calling you Mandy. And the song, Mandy, I can hear the song being played, Mandy. He's saying here that one at a time, please, one at a time. So whatever's been going with you, you have to take things one at a time. He's showing me a shop counter. So whether or not he worked in a shop or he's understand where the shop comes in. But I know as I'm talking to him that he had lots and lots of go in him. And I don't feel as though he wanted to pass, but it was his time. I do feel as though he had his wife is with him, or a lady who was his lady, because she is with him as well. And the lady would have been just a little bit shorter than him. She always wore a big green cardigan, and the green cardigan was always folded up at the arms. She used to love used to put her hands in her pockets, and she always had something in her pockets. It was either a sweetie, she had a hanky in there, she had some pegs in there. Whatever you wanted, she had it in. If you wanted an elastic band, she had them in that pocket. She's showing me a green door. So the green door was either the door to their house or it's a door where you recognize. I'm giving number 26, so 26th of the month or 26 on the door. She's saying here that you are a very spiritual lady, and she said she's very proud of you. Can you accept any of this at all, Amanda? Please, if you can come back and tell me, because I'm trying to recognize what you can take and what you can't take. Because if I'm not with you, then somebody else can take this message, if that makes sense. Yes, no? Okay. Okay. So if she's not here, then can anybody else take this message, please? Because I feel as though there's quite a lot of information I have here as well for the person who it belongs to. But I really thought I was with Amanda, you know, because that's what it's saying. Okay. So let's see what else we've got. We'll have to last. I can't clarify this information. Why? I wonder why that is. Is there nobody you could ask about this? Nobody at all? If you don't understand this, if you can't understand the gentleman and the lady, can you take the information I said that you are going through a difficult time at this moment in time where you need a little bit of support and maybe somebody, oh, she's here. Okay, can you understand this, my darling? I know if you can't clarify it, if there's nobody still here, you can understand about this gentleman and lady. If there's nobody you can ask, can you understand where you need a bit of support at this moment in time? Maybe no, I'm just feeling a sense that no, you're not feeling that way. So then I'm not with you, my darling. I know I've got this lady and gentleman here, and I'm given the name of Harry. I'm also given Clarity. So I know he loved his cats, and he also loved his garden, because he's telling me this, and his bike. There's also a sense of belonging around, I want to say about, am I still with you, Liz? Okay, can you take everything I've just said about the gentleman and the lady and the cats, please? Because if you can, are you in need of support at this moment in time? Because I'm just feeling quite at a loss at the minute, because this gentleman is with me and he's showing me his bike and he's also showing me his hands. She can take it. Okay, so let's see what else then. Are you in need of support at this moment? Are you in need of support? Because I just want to say that you're getting the support from the spirit world, because your mum is around you every step of the way. And if you understand the gentleman and the lady who is with you, because the gentleman is still with me, and the lady also in the green cardigan. But the green cardigan is important because there's also something in there. Do you understand the lady though, Dawn? Do you understand the lady who is with him? I know the lady is wearing a green cardigan, and it's a long length cardigan. So she had pockets in the side, and she would have all bits and pieces in her pockets. Whether or not it was a little stub of a pencil, whether it was an elastic band, or whether a packet of polos or a peg, she had everything in this pocket. And I know as she comes, which is with the gentleman, and he rode a bike, as I said before, and he also used to love his garden and love his cat. I know as he comes forward, he is very strong spiritually. He knew what spirit was about. No life, like well, this is a green cardigan she's showing me, and maybe it's just so that you would understand that she hated green, why she's wearing the green cardigan, because laughter is coming now. Dawn, do you often go off in a tangent by yourself and want to just sit by yourself and look to where life leads you? Because you need just to slow it down a bit, if that makes sense with you. There's also, you understand as well, the name of Francis, and you also understand, is it an overall then with pockets? But I'm seeing green, so maybe she's just having a laugh with me. But it is green, and she's showing me the pockets in it. And did she have everything in it, like elastic bands, a nub of a pencil, packet of polos? I'm just seeing that with her, and the laughter, because she was one who was always joking. She would take the mickey out of anything. She's on about eggs for breakfast, and if she didn't have a timer, the eggs were solid, because she used to go off in a tangent herself, and then come back when I've got the eggs on and forgotten them. So they had egg sandwiches instead of boiled eggs and soldiers, because this is the way she was in life. She was happy and go lucky and loved her family. So everything that is coming from her is that happy, go lucky. So are you sometimes. You like to take the mick, but I just feel that you go off by yourself and you look for things in your mind, in your mind's eye, and you're asking questions. So the questions will be answered. Okay? I do, as I'm talking to you, Dawn, I think it is yours, what I'm talking to. Did you absolutely adore your granddad? And did you actually often sit with him when he was doing things? And I'm also shown a big pot of stew with dumplings. So he used to love his stew and dumplings. He also used to love to go out and about with the kids. Yeah, that's right. You act happy, but you don't let people see the true you, do you? Okay, so we think we're with you. So let's see what else we can get for you then, my darling. Okay, Dawn. I feel as though you have to find a circle to sit in. Somebody that can teach you and help you to move forward. You need the healing. So what you need to do is just ask Spirit to give you the healing which you need. I know you're happy-go-lucky, but people don't see the true side of you. You will help anybody in need, but you will never ask for help for yourself. I know you remember him because this is what he's saying. He loved to be with the children. He's saying here that he loved to be out and about doing things. And I'm seeing him out in his garden, and I'm seeing him with his flowers in his shed. And I feel it, if it was you that used to follow him around, it was you, that he loved to pieces. He's saying about being able to do things for himself. I felt he didn't like to be left alone to do things because he wanted somebody to show what he'd done. Was you very happy with your grandma as well? Because grandma, oh, and I've got ever such a headache. I don't know whether he passed with a stroke condition or he had a hemorrhage. I know there's a problem with the head, or it was grandma that had it, but I've got it on my left-hand side in my head. He used to enjoy a bet, and that's why your nan had the stub of a pencil. She would hand him the pencil and he would write down his bet. And he used to love it when Newmarket was on, because then he could get his winners on the flat. He's giving me that information as well. Does your mum remember this? Also, just to say to you, you have to stick to what you know. Don't let others put you down. Don't let others make you, upset. You are the one with the headaches. So would you like to take it back, please? Because I've got it. Okay. Dawn, I've got to give you the 7th of the month. 7th, they're giving me the 7th of June. I've given the 25th, Christmas Day, for a birthday. And I want Sweet 16. I'm hearing that song, Sweet 16. And I'm hearing you being happy and loving Christmas. Tell your mum we love her to pieces. And if she's with me, I want to say her mum loves her to pieces. And no matter how far or how late it is, she will always be around her. And she brings her the Queen of Hearts. And she said, always remember, you are the Queen of Hearts. And can I leave that with you, please? And say thank you for working with me. Okay. Richard, you're going to give me somebody else? Okay. Let me just turn my computer on. It stopped. No, sorry, it's not connected to my computer for some reason, and I don't want it to run out of charge, whatever I do. Okay, I shan't be a sec. Technical issues. It started up again. Thank you. Okay. Hello, Natalie. Hello again, Nadia. Okay. All right. Hello, Petra. Hello, Jade. Oh yeah, so sorry. Richard is giving me your name so I can see you all. So I'm just hoping you can all understand. He's talking to me, so I've got spirit in my ear all tonight. Is that all right with you all? Oh, Trish Woods, can I come to you, please? Trish, I've got a lovely lady that's just popped in for you. The name of Valerie comes in. So whether Valerie is her name or you understand where Valerie is coming in. There's quite a lot of emotion with you tonight. I don't know whether it is because of the upsets with I'm coughing also because this lady had a bad chest before she passed over. I'm feeling also this is a mum or a grandma as she comes forward. I'm hearing that song, Valerie. So I don't know whether this is the person or you understand someone with the name of Valerie. I'm feeling, Trish, that you have been going through a time of challenges, and you just need those challenges to start to ebb out, because it's just not working right for you at this moment in time. I'm feeling quite dizzy. So the lady who passed over to the spirit world was very dizzy before she passed over. I do also feel with her that she had, should I say, she had time on her plate. She was watching time. So she must have passed over around 10 p.m. at night. I do know she had a lot of issues before she passed over. And I do feel that you have gone through the challenges that she went through, but it's made you the better person. There's also a feeling with you that you've had to take a step back from something. Maybe the step back from a job issue or something to do with a family issue, but I'm feeling you stepping back. I do feel also that you have had a lots of time on your plate, because they keep bringing me back time. I'm seeing a clock that is not. I know the issues are there with you, my darling, because they're saying here about the issues. There's also a sense of worries around you as well. There's also a sense of not knowing what is to come next. The lady, as she stands at the side, there's a gentleman that comes in. And this gentleman, again, I'm feeling chest issues. Whether or not it was a cancer condition or COPD, but there was something to do with chest, and also to do with how your life has panned out just recently. I'm told here that you have got strength, but sometimes you want more. Pete, my computer isn't charging, please. Yes, you stepped back, but was it job or is it family you've stepped back from? Because they're just saying here, you have got a lot going for you, and you are a lovely, lovely person. A lovely person. You've taken too much on board, and yet you know at the end of the day, it's all been you. No. Okay, family, is it? Okay. Take on board what I'm saying now. You have got lots of things to do in your life, and family is important. It is to do with what's happening around you at the moment. Smile, though your heart is breaking. Smile. Once you can smile and get yourself back on track, you'll feel a lot better about yourself, they're saying. Yeah. No man's land. You feel as though you're in no man's land at the minute. No, it's not working. I'm ever so sorry. It's started to pull out. It's not working, Pete. Sorry.
It's your connection on your thing.
Yes, sorry about this, friends. It's just my computer is not working for some reason, and it's going to run out of charge. Okay. No. Can you get that?
Is it your plug-in?
No, it's all plugged in. It's all plugged in. All I need is just you to plug this into one of those. Thank you. Past that. Sorry. Okay, family. Sorry about this. If it conks out, I'm lost. Okay. The connector. That. Yeah. Thank you. Unplug it and Okay. All right, Trish, I'm back again. My computer's now plugged in, so it will start to work again. Okay, I'm told here that family are important, but sometimes you have to step away. Maybe if there's issues around you that you have to say to yourself, is it worth it? You are a strong lady, but sometimes the tears come too easily. The lady I have with you is telling me that you have the strength of 9. And she said, no matter how many people start to help you, sometimes they just are not helping. Does that make sense with you, Trish? You've now got a gentleman coming in, and this gentleman is about 5'9". He is very much a grandfather figure as he comes forward. He's given me the name of William. He's also given me John as well. So they're either family members or they're people that you know. I know it is part and parcel of life. And Emma, I don't know if you can take it or whether I'm still with Trish. I know a lot of this, what's happening in your life at the minute. It has been like, I can take it one way, I could take it another, and like life has made lots of changes. I know you have a lot going on for you, but this gentleman, as he comes forward, he shows me walking on a beach, and I'm seeing him walking on the beach, and I know this beach, what he's walking on, is either Scarborough Beach or it's Skegness Beach, because I know both. So I know it is part of that. And it's a brother and a friend, so that's fine. So I know that's right. But you understand, going to the seaside as a child and going out and picking shells off the beach and bringing them home and then sticking them into a book and making pictures. I feel as though this is going back when you would be a child, round about 7 or 8. I also see that you've taken a lot of other people's issues on board. People that have wanted you to do something for them, yet they turn their back on you when you've done what you had to do. Yeah, I know seaside because that's what I'm shown. But you went with your family, and they're showing me an ice cream. Okay. Emma, leave that with me. I'm still with Trish. I know I'm with Trish at the minute. Yeah, I know the seaside's there because I'm shown a big ice cream. And I see you in tears because either a brother or somebody has just pinched you. And Grandad smacked him because he pinched you. He said you shouldn't pinch girls. And I feel that's gone through life with brother and sister arguing and falling out. So maybe this is where the falling outs have been. But family is part and parcel of life, and we take a lot on board. And I feel with you, you've taken a lot on board. The lady comes back and she brings you some beautiful violets, and the violets are for Mother's Day. So I know there's a mother feeling around this lady. I've also got a pain in my stomach, so I know either stomach cancer or just stomach problems. But I know when she passed over quite quickly. She's saying here that you have to love who you are. She says at the moment you don't love yourself. She said you've got to love who you are. Look into that mirror and say into that mirror, I love you. I mean it. She said, I'm around you and I am helping as much as I can. Again, Trish, I feel as though you need a circle to help you develop. You need an awareness circle that will help you to find you and probably be able to connect you with your spirit guide, and also to connect with your power animal. You need to think about what's happened in the past and remove it out of your psyche. You don't need
to worry too much about other people and stop worrying about yourself. Okay? At the end of the day, you're beautiful, and you should say to yourself, I'm beautiful. Your granddad has just brought me a pair of red slippers for you. He says, remember the Wizard of Oz? He says, Dorothy wanted to go back. You can't go back in time, my darling. You can't go where you was very much loved, but you have to go now and live your life. I hope that makes sense. I'm just being given some beautiful daffodils for you, and the daffodils are for you with love for Easter and also for the springtime. So take their love on board and say thank you for working with me. Can you put that other lady up, please? Yeah, the one with Godfrey. Right, Emma, I'm going to talk to you now. You said your granddad was Godfrey William, but people called him Bill. Yes, I have that. And I know this gentleman I have with you, he's saying here that he went away because he said he hated. And I know there's a lot going on because I can hear that song, Valerie. I know Valerie was a song, but I knew it was the name of a person. Emma, you understand a lady that used to love, I want to say she used to love making donuts, because I'm seeing a big pan, I'm seeing it full of fat, and I'm seeing all these donuts being made, and I feel it was for a tea time or a treat. And I feel as though this is your nan who used to make the donuts. She used to make other things, but donuts were a treat. And she always made them absolutely brilliant. I do know that as she comes forward, she wants to say to you, lots of rubbish in your life at the moment, but you have to learn to say on your bike. I could say other things, but what she said, but I'm telling you, on your bike. She's saying here that you are a gentle, loving person. And she's saying here, you've always been a child that loved, people around you. And she said you would always sit with her and you would read you would read your book to her and she'd read back. And I feel as though I want to read Enid Blyton's to you. So I felt as though your nan would read to you these books. Does that make sense, Emma? I'm going to have a drink while you reply for a minute. Sorry about this, Richard. Oh, on cranberry juice, I won't. Okay, are you still here, Emma, please? So you can verify this so I can continue. Okay, so I know as I look at this, I see you with a big future. You've got so much more to do with life. And I know what Nanny's saying is you should be proud of your roots, and especially from, about her. She's saying here that there was a sense of belonging when family was together, and especially at Christmas time. All the baking would have been done, the presents would have been wrapped, everything would have started to come together. And I don't know whether it was you that used to sneak into the presents and unwrap and have a look so it didn't spoil for Christmas, but you had a look at some of your presents. And if you've got a brother, the brother did as well, because I can just see that. And she's laughing. She says, we didn't put the real presents out. We used to leave them because they used to know when they unwrapped the present, they'd got a puzzle or something, but the rest of the presents were hidden, so you didn't get them. She's saying here about they used to call her Val. And she said when she was on the earth plane, she had lots of friends, and all the friends that she had, you used to know most of them. And she's on about Sheila, she's on about Anne, and she's on about James. They were friends of hers. And I felt as though she used to enjoy having a glass of sherry, especially on an afternoon. And she's saying here, smile though your heart is breaking. When you smile, the whole world smiles with you. So I know you've been a bit down in the dumps. I knew she says that. But she's saying you never saw your proper presents because they used to put the little ones, they used to wrap them so that you could see them. But she's saying about smiling. She said she knows you're a bit uptight and upset at the moment. And she said she just wants you to keep smiling. She's saying about Edward or Ted. That was her friend, I feel. But you also understand a lady that is coming in now. And this lady, I feel as though an aunt. She used to either work in a kitchen or she worked somewhere in a school, because I'm seeing white overalls. I know the name of Maisie comes in, and I also know the name of June comes in as well. And again, I feel as though this is aunt or very much a friend like an aunt, because it's to do, and also Olive. They're just shouting to me these names. So I know the part and parcel of your life somewhere along the line. And also I want to give you Ricky, the name of Ricky. Okay. Anything else you want to say to her? Yes. Take it in your own hands. Hold the world, because you're part of that world. Know at the end of the day, you are important to self. You're not important to other people. You're important to self. And she's just given me the name of Ben. So you understand a Ben. Ah, thank you. I knew you had an aunt that worked somewhere with a white overall, because she just showed me that. But the other names I've given you, you can ask the questions in family. You will find them all. But just remember, smile. Smile now, because it's now time for you to become more aware of self. As I said to the other lady, get yourself into a circle, start to work spiritually, understand more about what we do, because we just have spirit people hanging over our shoulders, looking at you, giving us the information. So I'm going to give you some lovely pink roses from Grandma and say thank you for working with me. Thank you. Okay, ready for next, please? Okay, okay. Hello, hello, Rhonda. Hello. I'm not, okay. Haley Marwaha. I've got a sister-in-law called Marwaha. Lovely message. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Millie. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, Gwen, shall we see if your mum will come, shall we? Okay, Gwen, I'm going to talk to you. Hello, would you like to come in forward then, please? Right, I've got a lady coming forward. She gives me the name of Ethel. I don't know if it's your mum or whether it's somebody that was connected to mum, but I have the name of Ethel. I have a lady that looks very much like you to look at. She stands on your left-hand side, and I know that she would always be on your left-hand side, always looking after you. I do feel as though she had very much the connections, I want to say, connections to earth. I want to say she was an earth lady. She used to love her garden, used to love flowers, and also used to love her family. She brings me the number 26, 26th of a month or 26 on the door. She also gives me August. She tells me here that she passed over, she closed her eyes and went to sleep. I know that she passed over in a peaceful way. I felt as though either you were with her or somebody else in the family wasn't with her. I'm given the name of Wendy, and I'm also given the name of Ruth. So whether they are friends or family, I don't know. Does that make sense, Gwen? I hope it does, because this lady is very impatient to talk to you. I do know she had quite a lot going on in her life before she passed over, and I felt doctors and nurses were aplenty. She said here, she said, you like to get your teeth into things, and if you've got something to do, you're always there to do it. She's saying here about that song, How Great Thou Art. She's singing How Great Thou Art. That should mean something to you. How great thou art, how great thou art. I know as I'm listening to this lady sing, she had a beautiful voice. She's now singing, How Green is My Valley. So this must make sense to you. So she must either love to sing or she sang in a choir, because I'm hearing the singing and I know the songs have to be sung. Is she coming back to me? Oh, okay. Gwen, have you gone home? I hope you haven't, because this lady's quite here for you. Okay. Right. Do you understand the message I'm giving you, please? I know as I'm talking to this lady, she's very much a singer. I know she sang. And do you sing also? Because I feel the name Gwen is Welsh. And I want to say as well that the gentleman with her used to sing as well. Okay, does that make sense, Gwen? Say yes or no. Just type yes or no, and I'll continue with whatever else I get, if that makes sense with you. No, she's not coming back to me, is she? I wonder if I'm not making sense. I don't know. I'm trying here. Okay. The lady looks very much like you, straight up and down. She wouldn't take no nonsense. If she wanted to do something, she would do it. Sometimes she was very severe. And that is, she looks very school marmish, as do you. So maybe that is the reason why. But I know as I'm talking to her, she's very connected to you. And I know you're here, and I can know I'm here. I can see you're here. But do you understand the lady I have with you, please? And you understand the names I've given you as well. Okay, and I know you're here, darling. I'm just trying to see what this lady's saying to me. But are you like your mum? Because the lady I have got the side of you looks like you, only she had hair that was longer than you. It was over her ears. Yeah, thank you. Because as I'm looking at her, she's telling me that you have got an inner strength, as did she. And she's given me quite a lot of love for you. I know the songs mean something to you. And I know she wants to give you some beautiful orchids. So orchids must say much to you. She loves you so much, and she's telling me she loves you so much. And there's a few little tears with her. And she's saying there's a lot of anger as well, because she didn't want to pass over. She wanted to stay. But she said it was her time. She said she comes around your house quite a bit. And she said she loves your colours of your house. She's telling me here very much about David. You understand David? Because she's just brought me David for you. She's also brought me a piano. So somebody that used to play the piano. And also somebody that would have lived down the street, Foster Street, I feel, Foster. And because I wanted to say Dr. Foster went to Gloucester for a minute, but I just want to say Foster Street or Forster Street. Also books. She loved books and she loved the Bible. She's telling me about her Bible. And she's also on about a prayer book. She had a little white prayer book as well. So you must have the Bible and the prayer book. She's also saying that you have gone through a bit of a hard knock. But she said, we're sending you the healing which you need. And she said, round the back of your hip, you've been having a few problems. Again, headaches. I feel headaches with you. But at the end of the day, just know Mum comes forward. She's brought you the orchids because the orchids are beautiful and they last forever. And just to say to you, always remember, I love you. I'm leaving that with you, my darling. Thank you for working with me. Okay, Richard. Thank you. Okay. Well, good night, everyone. It is now time for me to go to bed, I feel. If you want to contact me, you can contact me on Facebook, and it's christine.stewart@ntlworld.com. I have two sites. One is my family site, and the other one is my spiritual site, which I have my own spiritual page. But that is christine.stewart@ntlworld.com. My family one, I'm in a blue cardigan, and the other one, I've got stand up for the, for those who are being abused. I've got that ring around my figure. So those are the two sites I have. I run a page where I give free readings, and that is Peaceful Waters. If you contact me and you want to go onto Peaceful Waters, you have to friend request me. And then when you've friend requested me, I will add you to my Facebook page on Peaceful Waters, and then I'll delete you. So thank you all for being with me. And Irene, that's lovely you've been here. Good night, Millie. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope everyone has had a good night, as I've enjoyed it as well. But thank you all for all being with me, because it has been a lovely night. Thank you. So good night, everyone. God bless.